Yesterday, we spoke of stillness in a world gone mad. But today, the tide begins to shift, and the waves are real. As the world still reels from war and pandemic, the United States is quietly redrawing its map of priorities. No longer the world's dependable guardian, America returns to an America-first mindset, tightening supply chains, raising interest rates, and making the global economy hold its breath. Yet in the face of retreating giants, the ancients whispered a counterintuitive truth. Within danger lies opportunity, but only those who see far, not just near, will seize it. So today we don't ask, when will the storm end? We ask, when the superpowers pivot, can we chart our own course? America's strategic pivot? Danger, or opportunity? But only those who see beyond the immediate can seize it. Stuff it. 1. Introduction. America shifts. The world reacts. We are witnessing one of the most significant geopolitical transformations of the 21st century, the strategic pivot of the United States. Once the unwavering champion of globalization and free trade, America is now redefining its priorities. Protectionist policies, tech restrictions, supply chain reshoring, and ideological realignments are changing the way the U.S. engages with the world. This pivot doesn't just reshape diplomacy, it restructures markets, supply chains, power balances, and futures. For countries, companies, and individuals alike, the question isn't, is change happening? It's, what are we going to do about it? Word, Doc 2, a new American doctrine. Since 2020, a new pattern has emerged in U.S. policy. 2.1, economic nationalism over global integration. The United States is prioritizing domestic industry, job creation, and self-reliance. Legislation like the CHIPS Act and Inflation Reduction Act reflects a clear shift toward industrial policy and technological sovereignty. 2.2, tech containment over open collaboration. From banning Huawei to restricting semiconductor exports, America's policy toward China is no longer cooperative rivalry, it is containment. 2.3, strategic flexibility over rigid alliances. Rather than Cold War-style bloc building, the U.S. is favoring coalitions of the willing, flexible, issue-based alignments like AUKUS, Quad, and NATO+. This is a calculated decoupling, not a retreat, but a reshaping. 3. Ancient wisdom, crises as openings. In Chinese, the word for crisis, weiji, combines two characters, danger and opportunity. The wise do not fear the wave, they learn how to ride it. In every realignment, those with foresight thrive. Those who cling to the past get left behind. The pivot of a superpower is not just a threat, it's a redistribution of possibilities. 4. Impact zones, where the shift lands hardest. 1. Supply chains. Global firms must now navigate increasingly bifurcated supply networks. Friendshoring and nearshoring are becoming the new normal. Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Eastern Europe are emerging as alternative hubs. 4.2, technology innovation ecosystems are fragmenting. Companies must now decide which standards, chips, cloud services, and AI models to build on, US-led or China-led. 4.3, capital flows. Investment patterns are shifting. Risk assessments now factor in geopolitics, not just profitability. Sanctions, tariffs, and blacklists are no longer rare. 4. Education and talent migration. American universities and tech firms remain talent magnets, but new visa rules and political pressures are reshaping where and how top minds move. 5. Case study, Vietnam's emerging role. Vietnam is a textbook example of a country responding wisely to global shifts. It has benefited from supply chain diversification as companies seek alternatives to China. It's investing in digital infrastructure, semiconductors, and clean energy, aligning with global investment trends. It maintains good relations with both China and the U.S., navigating great power rivalry with quiet skill. When elephants fight, the grass suffers, unless the grass learns to bend and grow between their steps. 6. How businesses can adapt. 6.1. Build resilience, not just efficiency. Just-in-time supply chains are fragile. Smart firms are investing in redundancy, diversity, and agility. 6.2. Localize strategically. In an era of tech nationalism, local production and compliance are more than cost decisions. They are survival strategies. 6.3. Follow the money and the talent. Where are governments investing? Where is tech talent flowing? Align with those trends. 6.4 scenario planning is essential. Hope is not a strategy. Businesses should prepare playbooks for US-China decoupling, financial fragmentation, AI regulation and standards war, NASTA 7. What individuals should know. 7.1 Geopolitics now affects your career. Where you live, work, study, all are shaped by geopolitics. Understanding the map behind the headlines is now a survival skill. 7.2 Lifelong learning isn't optional. AI, automation, and reshuffling of industries demand constant upskilling. 7.3 Flexibility is a superpower. Those who can move intellectually, culturally, geographically will have a competitive edge. The fixed tree breaks in the storm, the bamboo bends and rises again. 8. The risks of misreading the pivot. Countries that bet too heavily on one power may get caught in crossfire. Companies that delay adaptation may be shut out of future markets. Workers who cling to outdated roles may find themselves irrelevant. The U.S. pivot is not a signal to panic. It's a call to rethink, reposition, and reinvent. 9. Ancient lessons, modern action. From Sun Tzu to the Stoics, wisdom traditions have always prepared people for volatility. Observe deeply before acting. Adapt without losing your core. Balance patience with precision. See not just what is, but what might emerge. In a shifting world, those who combine old wisdom with new agility will lead the way. 10. Conclusion. The map is being redrawn. America's strategic pivot marks more than a policy shift. It marks a moment of realignment, economic, technological, philosophical. You can resist it, you can fear it, or you can observe where the wind is blowing, raise your sail, chart your own course. When the eagle changes direction, the sky does not fall. It simply becomes a new sky. Now is not the time to wait. Now is the time to adapt, wisely, calmly, and with vision.